That's not too bad. Oh geez, that's filling up fast. Hey, welcome back to another Axe Family video. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got a smile on your face because today's a beautiful, beautiful day. We're here in Salt Lake City. We made it to our friend's house and we've been staying here, and this is where we're going to be hanging out for a few days. We need to do a couple things today. We need to change the oil in the truck. So we put quite a few miles on it since we got started 4 months ago. Second thing we need to do is wash the underside of the. We drove across the salt flats and that threw a bunch of salt up underneath the truck, and so I just want to make sure I rinse it all off and get that all clean. A lot of people commented about that or sent me messages about that, and I was already thinking it. Hot here. It's not super hot right now, but it's hot here. There's a stick right there. Let's see if I can grab it. Gotcha. How'd you get in there, stick, huh? So here's my opinion on changing your oil. The best way to get an oil change. Hang on one second. Best way to get an oil change is to do it yourself. It's definitely cheaper to do it yourself, and it doesn't take that much work. It's super easy. I actually have an oil change video that it's just I'm doing an oil change and it's all just to music. I'll see if I can link it right there, and you can check that out. You definitely save money when you do your own oil change. It doesn't take that much time, and I think it's actually good for you every once in a while to get underneath your car and just see what's going on. Try to learn more about what all goes into getting you from point A to point B instead of just jumping in the car and turning the key on and going from there. I got the oil catcher here, got the bolt loose. I gotta take it off, and this is always the funnest part, seeing how clean you can get the bolt out without getting oil on your hand. That's not too bad. Oh geez, that's filling up fast. That's, I need to get some ventilation. There it goes. Okay, now it's going down. It was just starting to fill up. I was afraid it was about to overflow. Look at that reflection. Just look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at that? All right, let's let that drain. Now I need like a small cup, something to catch the oil from the filter when I take it off. So this is nice with the Tacomas, is with the filter here. They have this little catch basin. Then there's a little hole at the bottom. So when you take the filter off, the oil just doesn't go anywhere. You can catch it, and so I stick this bottle underneath here. It should catch all the oil. Alright, well, there's no oil came out. Pulled the filter off. I mean, it has oil in it, but typically a good amount of oil will drain out. Maybe it's just because of the way the filter's positioned. You know how it's like this, so when the engine's running, the oil would get pushed up into the filter and then pushed back into the engine. But then when it's sitting idle, so the truck's been off all night and I didn't start it, and so that could be why that the oil just drained back down into the engine. The last truck I had, the filter was on sideways, and so it always had a good amount of oil in it and would spill everywhere. But maybe because this one's positioned up and down like that, it just drains out when the truck's not running, and then when the truck's running, it fills it back up again. That's my thought. I'm not sure. Comment down below if you have any wisdom to share with me. So I got that all nice and clean. The oil that was sitting down in there, the little puddle, it's pretty grimy, so I just cleaned it out with a rag. This bottle and this bottle are left over from the last oil change I did. I always start off with those bottles because I'm gonna have a couple extra. That way I'm using up the older bottles. I don't have bottles that just sit around forever. And then the extra ones from the box will just go in the truck as a backup. 2 bottles as a backup just in case we would need them at some point. Looks like it's just about done dripping. I like to clean this off just so that after I get the oil filled and the truck's running, I can easily see if it's leaking. Simple stuff, not too complicated. Most of you are probably well experienced in changing your oil, but that's what I'm doing today. It's like I got 3 little drops of oil on the ground. That's not too bad. See if I spill any when I'm going to refill it. Let's get this guy tightened up. Okay, there's 4 quarts in there now, and it ended up taking oh no, just dropped the cap. I can see it, it's right there. Gotcha. Okay, let's try this again. I try to make my videos interesting, and sometimes I just have to wait till something natural happens. I just dropped the cap. Probably hard for you to see since the new oil is so clear, but it's right above the dot there. It's looking good. It ended up being 5.2 quarts, and it's a helicopter. It looks like a medical helicopter. Hope everybody's okay. I saw it earlier flying by really fast, so now it's going back same direction but slower, so they're probably dropping off a patient or something. So 5.2 quarts, that's what it said in the manual, and so that's what I put in, and that always seems to be the right amount. Fancy that. And I'll just check it again in a couple days after we run it for a bit and add a little bit if I need to, but that leaves me with 2 full jugs and 1 partially full. You always want to take really good care of your windshield washer fluid. Oh, just kidding. It smells fine. Yeah, I got the blue stuff. Coolant looks good. Brake fluid looks good. Everything looks good. I got all my trash. This is all my empties. This is the oil that we're gonna take to a place that will recycle it. You can't have chips. You can't. No. You can't have this. Come here. So we got the oil change done in the truck, and we sprayed off the underside. Got it all clean. Oh, Chief. Oh, yeah. If you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button all the way in. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. There's a big thumb war going on YouTube right now, so click the thumb war button down below and just leave me a comment and say hi. Hats off to you. Good boy. Good boy. I'm teasing him. It's probably not the nicest thing to do.